Bry's Comics.
In this video, we're taking a look at a recent trade I did for an Amazing Spider-Man 1 in a 2.5 for a stack of over 50 CGC books. And I gotta tell you guys, it doesn't get any easier to let go of an Amazing Spider-Man 1. This is the second time it's come through the shop, and each time, for whatever reason, I think obvious reasons actually, it hits a little differently when you see this Amazing Spider-Man 1. The start of such an iconic series, such an iconic character, it's not something you see every day. And so I wouldn't say I regret this trade, but I don't know that I would do it again with all of the work involved. So most people understand that, when you offer a trade and you're trading, a quantity of books for a more desirable single, mega key, you're going to have to add some value to that trade to a dealer because they're going to have to do a lot of work, more risk to move through those books. So I had this book offered for $8,500 cash or $10,000 in trade. And I was actually in communication with this seller before I even got the Amazing Spider-Man 1. He wanted to sell his book so he can buy an Amazing Spider-Man 1. So we ended up not doing the deal when, for whatever reason, when we were originally talking, and then I posted it for trade, and he was like, "Hey, this is the book I'm actually after. This is a good copy. I'll offer you these books of about $11,000 in value for the book." And even though it was a lot of books, normally I wouldn't want to make a trade like that, but because the value was there, I went ahead and did it. So, but I definitely have my work cut out for me. There's some awesome books in here, some Silver and Bronze Age keys, some awesome Signature Series stuff. Some of these are available now. If you're watching this the day it comes out, over on the website. Use code COLLECT10 for 10% off all in-stock items at BryceComics.com, and some of them are coming directly to Whatnot. I have a show today, if you're watching this the day it comes out, all Silver Age Raw books, Avengers, X-Men, Thursday, February 23rd at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and then I have a bunch of slab shows scheduled over the next week. So if you follow the link down in the description, if it's your first time on Whatnot, you'll get $15 towards your first purchase, and you can bookmark all of those shows. We're having a ton of fun over there. I'm going to do CGC giveaways, all kinds of giveaways, and also a chance at $500 cash. And I'm trying to think of some other ways to make it just fun and exciting. So we'll see what happens, and I hope to see you over on Whatnot. If trading is something that interests you, make sure to follow me over on Instagram. That's usually where I post the books for trade first. Hit that notification bell on Instagram because it's usually a highly competitive situation when these mega grails come through. So have your list of trade books ready to go. I prefer an Excel spreadsheet if you just have all the books loaded up into Excel, and then I'll look up the values and assign them a value based on recent sales. So the way that works with values is I put the trade value for the book as what I would expect somebody to pay in the current market. And that's always changing. There's a lot of nuance to that. I don't use 90-day average because sometimes that doesn't make a lot of sense. Sometimes there's only one sale in the last 90 days. Sometimes I don't use last sale. If the last sale was during the peak of the market, that doesn't really make sense. So there's a ton of nuance to it, but what it comes down to is what I would expect a person to pay in today's market. I also have a new collection coming in tomorrow on Friday, so there's a bunch of exciting stuff in store. Make sure you sign up for that newsletter at BryceComics.com. You'll be entered to win a free slab each month, and that's where you get first access to new collections. So with that said, let's hop into these books. So here we go, guys. We got several different stacks here. These are some cool cover art stacks, those two. We're going to start with those. Then we have some amazing Signature Series stuff in that back stack, and then we have some Silver and Bronze keys right there that we'll end with. Starting off with Venom Lethal Protector number 1, 9.8 custom label. Venom number 3, 9.8. This is the second print for the first full appearance of Null. The Requisite Spawn number 1 by Todd McFarlane in a 9.8. Spider-Man Spider Shadow number 1. This is the Miko Suion black and white variant. King in Black Gwenom vs. Carnage number 2. This is the Clayton Crane variant, cover C. Spawn is amazing. This is Spawn number 221, AF15 homage. Venom 25, this is the Kale new cover. I have these post-its here covering up the prices that he had on the books because they're not going to be my prices, so I didn't want there to be any confusion. Web of Spider-Man number 1, 9.6 newsstand. Venom number 21, this is the Lucio Parrillo Comics Exposure Virgin Edition. Amazing Spider-Man number 49, this is the Mark Brooks variant. X-Men number 4 in a 9.8 with the custom label. And Amazing Spider-Man 380 in a 9.8 white. Another requisite, in my opinion, Spider-Man #1 from 1990. This is the silver Todd McFarlane cover. So we've got all 4 covers here for X-Men #1 from 1991, the first appearance of the Acolytes. And I'll throw up on the screen the cover image that they all create when you connect them together. So there's cover A, there's cover B, there's cover C, and there's cover D. Really awesome set, collectible set there. Venom Lethal Protector #1 in the 9.6 white pages, newsstand edition, first Venom solo series. Amazing Spider-Man #44 is Philip Tan ASM 316 homage. Web of Venom Wraith #1, Tyler Kirkham. Amazing Spider-Man #317, awesome Todd McFarlane cover. Venom Lethal Protector #1, newsstand edition in 9.6 white with the custom label. ASM 378, awesome trio cover of Carnage, Venom, and Spidey. Spectacular Spider-Man, Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man #1, Party Sketch Edition. Awesome cover art by Mike Diodato. Spectacular Spider-Man #200, some 90s foil goodness. Some more 90s foil goodness. Venom Funeral Pyre #1. Venomverse #1. I believe this is the only CBCS slab in here. Clayton Crane Ultimate Edition. Spider-Man Unlimited #1, first appearance of Shriek. Web of Spider-Man #103. Alright, now we're going to get into the Signature Series books. This is Venom Lethal Protector #1 with the custom Venom label, signed and sketched by Sam De La Rosa. That's down here. And then it's also signed by Al Milgrom, Danny Fingeroth. And then on the back of the slab it lists everyone else that signed it. We got David Michelin, Michael Zeck, Mark Bagley, Marie Jovins, and Richard Starking. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 signatures and a sketch on this bad boy. Thanos #1, signed by Clayton Crane. This is the Crane Virgin Edition. Venom 25, this is the 5th print with the custom label, signed by Donny Cates. Amazing Spider-Man #49, signed and sketched by Greg Horn. So he sketched Excelsior there, and he numbered it #9 of 50. This is Legacy #850 with a cover homage to Superman 233. Venom The End #1, signed by Clayton Crane. This is the Clayton Crane Scorpion Comics exclusive with the custom label. Venom 29, signed by Clayton Crane, Virgin Edition. Venom #4 from 2017, signed by Joe Jusko. This is the variant edition, and it has this really awesome back cover that would make for a great sketch on the back as well. Infinity Gauntlet #1, this is from 2015, signed and sketched by Chris Mitjunkin on this partial blank sketch edition. This entire cover art that you see here is a custom sketch. Really, really cool. Venom #3 from 2022. This is signed by Clayton Crane, the Clayton Crane edition. Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows #11. This is the J. Scott Campbell edition A, signed by J. Scott Campbell. Wolverine #1, signed by Greg Horn. This is the Wizard World Sacramento Sketch Edition. Venom 26 with the COA here, signed by Clayton Crane. This is the first distributed appearance of Virus. And then we have Wolverine #8, which is an homage to Wolverine #340. Legacy numbered Wolverine #350, signed by Clayton Crane. Alright, now for the Silver and Bronze Age keys, we have Fantastic Four #49, first full appearance of Galactus, second appearance of the Silver Surfer, and first Silver Surfer and Galactus cover. Classic Fantastic Four key. Marvel Superhero Secret Wars #8 and 8.5 newsstand edition, origin of the alien symbiote that eventually becomes Venom. Amazing Spider-Man #301, 9.6 white pages with the direct edition. Amazing Spider-Man #346 in the 9.8 white, classic Eric Larson cover. X-Men number 101, origin and first appearance of Phoenix in the 7.5, white pages, newsstand. Fantastic Four number 230, 9.8 white pages. Amazing Spider-Man number 330, 9.8 white pages, Eric Larson cover. Amazing Spider-Man 252 and a 9.4 white pages. Newsstand edition ties for the first appearance of the black costume with Marvel Team Up number 141. Here's another ASM 301. This one's 9.6 white pages, newsstand edition with the custom label. Iron Man number 1 from 1968 and a 5.5, first solo series ongoing for Iron Man. Star Wars number 1 from 1977, 9.2 white pages, newsstand edition. Amazing Spider-Man 361 and 9.4 white, newsstand edition with the custom Carnage label. Amazing Spider-Man 157 from 1976, 9.6 white pages with the custom label. And Amazing Spider-Man number 70, 12 center, 7.5 classic cover here by John Romita. So I hope to see you over on Whatnot. Once again, link down in the description so you can go bookmark those shows. I have a bunch of slab shows scheduled, tons of giveaways. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks as always for sticking with me to the end of the video. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bry's Comics.